I'm Chylli from Channel Chylli, also known as Try, and we're continuing Lobotomy Corporation, Day 30. Alrighty, let's go now. Here we go, and we're going to try to complete a dusk ordeal today. okay, right now we just need to really waste time. Okay, and I think this is the last one we need to do now. Well, we lost almost everyone, but hey, we completed the quest, and that's what matters. Agony and rage mixed, blending together in mist. One couldn't determine if the smoke was responsible for the madness or if the cries of agony spewed forth the smoke. Are you researching machines now? That's great. Now I can really see what a jack of all trades can do. To be frank, I thought I was pretty great too, but now watching you makes me think I was terribly full of myself. Would it be alright if I helped you? I think I would make a serviceable assistant. It's good that you're up and passionate again. It is an honor to take part in a project with a scholar I respect. Is something the matter? Are you okay right now? The truth is, you were not actually okay at all, were you? If a ray of sunlight breaks your heart and collapses your mind with longing and nostalgia, in seeing plants outside evokes an unknown rage tearing down your rational thought, that we have no choice but to stay underground. Let us start anew, the corporation that mourns her. Oh, hello, sir. Sorry, I'm quite busy. I haven't finished even half of what I've written down in my notebook. Hey, I heard extraction experiments are going to be conducted. When I looked over the list of participants, I couldn't find my name on it. I mean, there's probably a ton of reasons behind it. Maybe I'm just not good enough for the experiments yet. But may I join in the experiments too? I've learned a lot here. I'm sure I can help you in some way. I'll be sure to not disappoint. Hello, manager. It's sad to not have enough talent, isn't it? If someone doesn't look back toward you, what does that mean? That they don't acknowledge you? That they don't even care about what expressions you may be making? That they feel no need to see what you're doing, as they've already come to a conclusion? Have you ever clawed and scraped at the floor, writhing in pain? It really does sound excruciating, but in reality, the moment I completely lost my fingernails, I felt nothing. You stare at the flesh where your fingernails used to be, and just before you lose consciousness, when you feel that you aren't yourself anymore, you start to laugh frantically. Even though it's not funny at all, and on the ground you catch a glimpse of someone's shadow and their feet as they look down on you. Guess whose feet those were? When the person who disliked looking back so much finally turned around, everything was over. Do you see the fragments of despair from there, or were you staring at the bits of my fingernails scattered on the floor? That was the exact moment I knew true helplessness. Without you, I'd never have known the feeling. Thank you so much. Now, what about you, manager? Have you ever felt helpless to control anything? When unbearable things pour down that somewhere that isn't your body and overwhelm you? It just feels so awful to be helpless, being out of control of yourself. Come on, please tell me, so I can feel rewarded just a bit. Elijah was impatient, and her impatience caused many common mistakes. She once went on a long-winded filibuster on why she needed to finish the experiment, but I don't remember the details. Whenever she was told she wasn't ready yet, I could see the strong desire in her eyes. It was a craving, a bizarre obsession. If another person had been in my place, they may have turned around for the sound of her hasty footsteps. Cogito was something she couldn't access at her level of authority. The only task she was ordered to do was record the changes that occurred in the test subjects. She was aware that at that moment, Cogito was absolutely not ready for human use. When I finally realized what was going on, half her teeth had fallen out and... Kill me, please. Kill me. Are you discovering the deep scars that are inflicted upon this place? Manager, there's something I haven't informed you of when we spoke for the first time. Sephiroth, of course, wholeheartedly wanted to meet you. They admire you and follow you. However, at the same time, they earnestly yearn for you to be swallowed up in resentment and curses. Please be careful with them. Well, you don't have to pay that fact too much heed if you rest. What I mean to say is, you are free to go back to your daily routine. It's no big deal for me to fill their roles if some of our Sephiroth go mad. So if you do, then you will leave something important forever. A seed that can break the cycle. Yasa, do you really feel nothing about this? Try drinking some encapsulin, close your eyes and open them again. I'm glad to see that you're not as feeble-minded as the other Sephiroth. It is important to keep a clear mind in any situation. Gabriel, why are you scratching yourself so much? Seeing as we're meeting again, you must have completed your tasks, manager. I'd give you a compliment if I didn't have so much work to do. The information team has a task they must do periodically. You must have realized that there are some blanks in the abnormality records. Among the tremendous amount of information we gather, there is some that should remain off limits to the employees for security reasons. The names of the employees are one such thing. Any trace of them, what happened, their gruesome deaths, their desperate will to live. All of that has been stripped from the records on the false pretense of expunging information. There's no way for me to know what the criteria for stripping the records are. They are set by another department, not us. We only manipulate the information we receive per orders. Isn't it funny? We've degenerated into a department that destroys and manipulates information as ordered, yet somehow we're still called the information team. Whenever I introduce myself as the sufferer of the information team, I sometimes feel something bubbling up inside of me. Yitzhak, did you receive the documents to expunge? You will get the list of employees soon as well. Please do not forget to review it after you finish expunging the documents. Miss Angela, what do you think it means to remember someone's name? This is a work you regularly do. Why are you so emotional about it today? Maybe names or marks atypical beings give to each other to engrave each other upon their memories. Someone might have named you Angela following the same concept. Yasad, if you happen to be too tired, please take a break. I knew you would say that. Referring to employees by name is not recommended here. When employees first enter the company, each one receives their own unique identification number. To allow the company to identify them using the minimum amount of personal information. We have their numbers in our data storage devices. Malkuth has never called the employees by their names ever since she started working here. Maybe she's the most ideal Sephiroth among all of us Sephiroth. This is not to say that Malkuth deserves to take all the pain as well. None of us do. What kind of poor taste is that, to lock us inside metal bodies and throw us into an endless loop of days that feel just the same as yesterday? I'm talking to you, once with that oblivious expression. I heard you may be one of the architects responsible for our creation. The only thing I could do here is remember the names of a few forgotten employees and internally despair. Feeling nauseous from even a single breath of air. Have you had fun watching your guinea pigs run around in circles? See, I told you, I've been rotting inside for a long time. Gabriel was more rational than anyone else. He was unmoved even after hearing about what happened to Elijah. Some said he lacked empathy, but nobody realized that his emotions were festering on the inside. Maybe he began falling apart from long ago, ever since Carmen left this world. He slowly became expressionless. He wouldn't allow himself to even have a paltry joy. He also couldn't stand even the smallest part of his body exposed. We've made a monster that was not supposed to exist in the world. We went too far to ever turn back. To not let what Elijah did be in vain, instead of taking the time to grieve, everyone knew they needed to utilize the result to the fullest. He tried to maintain a facade of level-headedness, but his attempts to remain rational slowly morphed into an obsession. He started to wear long-sleeve clothing that also covered his neck. Not much later, he started to scratch himself harshly. We suggested he receive a complete medical examination to see whether he was contaminated or had an infection, but he refused. Health checkups were needed to prevent further damage. Persuasion became coercion, and coercion led to the use of physical force. He was tied and bound for the checkup, but he resisted so desperately that it was hard for us to watch him. Eventually, it turned out he wasn't infected at all. Was I really fortunate, though? No, it wasn't. The examination did not resolve anything. He kept scratching himself so harshly, even worse than before. When I saw him last, he wasn't lucid or cognizant to any human speech, and his body was completely covered in scratches. No one has seen him since then. Don't worry, Ha, that's a very common side effect when you first take enkephalin. It's just like a light hallucination. It'll disappear after 2 or 3 times, so don't worry about it too much. For me, it was an employee whose face had half melted, crawled over my feet and grabbed me by the shoulders, asking me why I let her die. That wasn't a hallucination or anything. Then what, are you trying to say the dead employees are suddenly coming back to life? You know, like, unbelievable things happen here, so maybe it is possible for dead employees to come back as if nothing happened, right? I'm not in any state to say this, but you don't look too good. Why don't you skip today's meeting? I can't do that. We have an abnormality response training today. They need me to run the drill properly. You're really something. I don't think there's another Sephora here who cares about their employees as much as you do. Right? Look, Tiffany, I was right. I'm a good person. I'm a good Sephora. Hello, everyone. Today we will... Are you still trying to play the good Sephora? Be focusing on abnormality response training. How many times do I have to tell you? You're only a sad piece of rusty scrap metal putting on the act of being a good person. Now, I want everyone to pay close attention here. The abnormality we'll suppress today needs to be handled a bit differently than the others. If you hope that living such a lie would ease your conscience, that's really selfish. Starting now, I will be explaining the method I devised. Please, listen carefully. At least the other Sephiroth are humble enough to admit they're not perfect. Try it. Oh, sorry, where were we? Excuse me, Miss Odd, I have a question. Yes, what is it? Do you think that this training will make any difference? I mean, against that Longbird, it feels like whoever will die or live is all predetermined, and there's nothing we can do to change it. Well, it should yield a better result than just doing nothing. At the very least, he can prepare a preventative measure rather than just wait helplessly to... It's just all about luck. We'd be better off and more comfortable to simply accept that we can die at any moment while working. Just know this, you won't reach that paradise no matter what you do. I'm doing this all for you guys, even the counseling campaign. Now that you mention it, that compulsory counseling campaign is such a pain. We'd rather have a break time instead. Why is our department the only one that has to deal with these programs? It will keep repeating itself. Live with eternal sorrow and remorse in a metal mass. Where All of you would be dead by now if I hadn't helped you. Why are you thanking me? Do you want me to get rid of you like Malkuth does before you even make the littlest complaint? Don't you say that I'm the bad one here. Are you finally admitting to your awful nature? Tiffany, what are you doing this to me? I'm not Tiffany, look at me. Can't you even distinguish your own voice anymore? Yeah, so you're still having that sweet nightmare. When I read the article detailing Michelle's suicide, it was just as our experiment was starting to show some progress. Michelle was the youngest among us. She was a timid and innocent employee. It made her an easy target. Maybe it was her fate to be used as a pawn of the wings that were alert to us, or of the head that would watch over us constantly. You likely didn't know things would go the rough it did. You'd never have thought that a puny coward like you would bring about our demise. You'd never have believed that the situation would end up so much worse than your intentions. You probably tried to comfort yourself in the end, telling yourself that you did the best you could, that in this world, in that moment, there wasn't any other option for you. But Carmen was the person who was trying to change the world you resigned yourself to. If we meet again in hell, will I finally be able to forgive you? So, what's on your mind? The air feels sweeter than usual, doesn't it? Now, if you don't mind, can I have a moment to drink some coffee, manager? That's much better. I just can't start my day without a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. I hope you're not offended by the way I talk to you, are you? My name's Hazed. I'm the head of the welfare department. The welfare team is quite remarkable. I'm proud to say that my team has the highest level of satisfaction in the entire corporation. Brady and Joa told me to cooperate with you for now. Well, I am the kind of person who can flirt with anyone, but playing silly games with a manager is too much pressure, even for me. But orders are orders, so I've got no choice, do I? Well, I'll be off now. My cup's getting cold. Oh, Mr. Hazed, sir, I have something important to tell you. Please, go on. Well, I didn't polish the ego thoroughly enough, so some of them appear to be malfunctioning right now. I think we'll have to run some extra diagnostics. I'm so sorry, Hazed, sir. That's quite alright. It must have been pretty tiring to do ego maintenance on top of all the work you already have, no? Mr. Hazed, sir. I'll go check it myself. You've done well enough to find out about the problem now. There's so many things to mind here. It'd take quite a bit of someone to constantly pay attention to every little detail like that. Oh my, thank you so much, sir. Of course, let's make the best of today as always. The way I handled that was quite different from what you've seen out of the others, wasn't it? Lady Angela wouldn't have gone easy on that at all like I did. These employees will be goner soon enough, so what's the one in investing so much effort scolding and lambasting them over tiny little mishaps? Well, shucks, my coffee's gone cold. Too bad, a lukewarm coffee just isn't worth it. Has to pour it down the drain with no hesitation. I completely forgot what abnormality I even took because we just sat through 10 minutes of cutscenes. Or today's a memory implant day, or sorry, memory imprint day, so I guess, yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it off for today's video. Next time we'll probably do HOD's Core Suppressions, so yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it off. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time when we continue with more Lobotomy Corporation. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!